What's a hack in your industry that customers aren't supposed to find out? 1. I worked at a restaurant and one time the chef burned the applesauce that was supposed to be served with the pork chop. He put it on the menu as smoked applesauce and people loved it. 2. Former local journalist here. If you want to know something about your town, or pretty much anything locally, or find something hinky that you want to be investigated, just call or email them and ask what's happening with that. Insert weird item in city budget / shutdown road / cop who got fired. When I was off deadline, I actually loved fielding these questions. They were mainly from old people, and pretty much worked as customer service for the city a lot. I directed people to local programs that would help them. I confirmed the start and proposed end dates of construction, and I told people what companies had pulled permits to build that new restaurant on Main Street. Local journalists have a wealth of knowledge in all departments of what is going on in your city, because they drift between one or the other frequently, and we ask the other reporters in the cubicle next to us. 2. They're your tour guides, social workers, watchdogs and public defenders if you just ask them. They aren't doing it for the money cries and past due bills, they're doing it for the love of their community. They all really embrace the localism aesthetic. I guess this is sort of a not supposed to find out thing, because if everyone did it, they'd never get their other work done. 3. Orchestral violinist. Sometimes we don't play all the notes. 4. This was 6 to 7 years ago, so may not be relevant, but when I worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, the higher-ups were so tunnel-visioned on positive customer reviews that if there was any problem at all we would write off anything from gas to whole days of rentals. We had a few repeat customers that would catch on and habitually complain about dumb poop to get parts of the bill discounted. Only a rating of completely satisfied counted, and it was tied to bonus and promotion, so a huge incentive to make people happy. 5. Just because you're on hold doesn't mean we can't hear you. 6. When I worked in a hotel as a night porter, the room cost was totally reliant if you were a dick or not. I obviously couldn't just give rooms away, but I could pretty much knock off 50%. One day a very tired woman came in with her baby and I couldn't get the payment to go through it all, so I did give it to her for nothing, just had to make sure she was out before 9 a.m. and I cleaned it myself. 7. Dog trainer. This is a hack we want people to understand. One reason we can get your dog to do something so fast is because we use a high rate of reinforcement. Example, I'm training your dog to walk on leash without pulling, and we practice in your driveway. I feed the dog 20 tiny pieces of food by my knee as we walk to the end of the driveway. The first time a client tries the exercise they may use 5. The mechanics of the exercise look easy, but it takes time to get used to. And when people are practicing on their own, they do other things. Instead of focus on the exercise, they forget how often they need to reinforce the dog for doing the right thing. If they do the exercise for 2 minutes during each walk, with a high rate of reinforcement, roar, that may be all it takes. And once the dog starts to learn, you can gradually slow down the roar. 8. If you or a teenager you know are admitted to a name brand, expensive, rich college and their financial aid package isn't enough, write them and ask them for more money. Mention the other schools you were admitted to and that you receive strong financial packages from them. Do not mention specific numbers unless it's a named scholarship, e.g. presidential or provost. At least 5 of my students this year got between 10-20K extra in scholarship money just by soliciting for it. 9. You can rent a nice casket for the funeral and be buried in a cheaper one. 10. Any Marriott booking made partially with points, with a 3-day cancellation policy, can be canceled the same day of the booking without any fees. 11. I used to work in the floral industry. Don't call a large national florist. Look up a local florist in your recipient's area and call them directly. Most have websites to help you choose, and you'll save money on delivery and service fees, which can go towards a nicer arrangement. Also, unless you order flowers regularly, the membership/loyalty program is a scam and hard to cancel. 12. Most industries have retention teams because it costs 10x more to get a new customer than it costs to keep one you have. So if you call up and complain/threaten to cancel every other time they raise your rates, they'll probably give you the introductory rate. Just be aware you might have to switch. 13. Our physical presence/approach toward the user will sometimes fix the problem they are facing without any additional effort. It's support. 14. Consulting. We don't know either. 15. When I worked as a pharmacy tech, I spent a lot of time calling insurance companies and waiting on hold while the world burned around me. One time I got impatient with the voice recognition bot because it kept hearing background noise and made selections impossible, so I started cursing it out. Turns out if you say the F word a few times in a short span, the bot recognizes you as an angry customer and will switch you to a representative real quick. I did this multiple times to a lot of strange looks from my coworkers until I explained the hack. 16. Lean into the bite. I work in pediatrics and we're retaught that if a child bites you, lean into it. Push whatever part of you they're biting further into their mouth, because their automatic reaction will be to open their mouth and the risk of them breaking your skin is greatly diminished. 17. Hospital bills are negotiable, to a degree. Always ask for an itemized bill and put some effort into analyzing it. 18. Sometimes teachers do just pull grades out of their ass. 19. If you're nice to my receptionist, I will find a way to squeeze you into my schedule. If you're a B, then you can have whatever the next available appointment is. If you make the office staff cry, you get a certified letter firing you from the practice. 20. I work in it and can confidently say that providing bribery in terms of food or snacks will 100% get your issue taken care of faster and will help you jump the line in the ticket queue.